Welcome to Fine Arts College Exhibition and Open Day. This year it's a virtual exhibition and open day, but we are delighted that so many of you have managed to come.
We're tremendously proud of our students and look forward to showing you their films, their music, their photography, their artwork. Enjoy.
me something, girl. Are you happy in this modern world? Or do you need more? Is there something else you're searching for? I'm falling. In all the good times I find myself longing for change, and in the bad times I feel myself. Tell me something, boy. Aren't you tired trying to fill that void? Or do you need more? Ain't it hard keeping it so hardcore? I'm falling. In all the good times I found myself longing for change, and in the bad times I fear myself. I'm in the deep end, watch as I dive in. I'll never make the ground, crashing the surface where they can hurt us. We fall from a shallow now. In the shallow, in the shallow, in the shallow, we're fall from shallow now.
Tell us about The Splurge.
Well, it kind of all originated from my interest in kind of the inner body, and my whole project was called Under the Skin. And I was doing research on this and I came across a website called How to Dismantle a Dead Blue Whale. And these photos were just incredible and horrifying. It was like these people were sort of in amongst like the innards of a whale, sort of hacking at it. So obviously like really grotesque and really sad as well, because it's like this huge like colossus, and it's just lying there like this like almost landscape in itself, like a monument. So I kind of wanted to make something that was also like a bit monumental and had a large scale that kind of embodied that sort of whale.
And you've been reading Moby Dick, haven't you, at the same time? Has that informed the work at all?
Yeah, I was reading it at the time. I think that's why when I saw the whale pictures I was so excited, because obviously there's a lot in that book about whaling, and like some of the images of people, the descriptions of how the whales are sort of found, like how they've sort of searched for them and sort of, yeah, they're kind of horrific, and like people in the book sort of nearly die from these like adventures, and it's pretty gruesome but also fascinating, and it's like definitely an art, like it is artistry, like the way that they do it, and these people in the book are like so highly skilled and highly trained, so it's impressive, but it's just also really, really disturbing.
Do you want to say something about how you made this
Sure.
amazing object?
So I started with chicken wire. I kind of just attached a whole load of chicken wire to the wall, and I wanted to make, before I even put anything on it, I wanted to make sure I had like really sort of like curvy bodily forms. So this was like quite important to me, like this big sort of curve, and I wanted to keep this like really obvious. I didn't want to cover it up with a lot of like muck because I wanted like that shape to be very evident. And then, yeah, after that, I guess I just started applying. I mean, I had been collecting all of these photos for my whole unit for like months. So I had all of these random, like crazy photos. Like this is the inside of different people's mouths. This is my painting. This is like a cabbage sculpture that I made. This is like a lot of mush that I also made. This is like from a Chinese like supermarket near my house, and they have like all of this sort of duck and stuff that they prepare like in the window, and I've always found it really gross and like also quite fascinating, so I just videoed that for ages, and that stills from that. And then, so those were kind of the main things I applied first. I kind of put, what's it called? Plaster of Paris paper?
Maldrock.
Maldrock, exactly. And then I kind of applied these on top. And this is just like a bin bag, which I thought, you know, with the thing with the whale, it was kind of this idea that like the skin of the whale had been like ripped open. So this is kind of the skin of the whale almost, the kind of grey, like glistening, like I put white on it so it's kind of glistening. And then this is sort of the rupture, and that's the inside. And so yeah, so that was bin bags. This is also just different materials that I found. I quite like this sort of silky, satiny red. It's like very baroque and dramatic.
People have been calling this thing sort of Marie Antoinette. Do you welcome that association, or do you think that?
Yeah, I find it pretty funny, like, because I definitely think like with a lot of the art that I try and make, it's definitely like very morbid, but I also like it to be kind of funny. And when you were saying that this is kind of like the head of Marie Antoinette after she'd been sort of guillotined, like it's pretty horrific, but it's kind of weirdly funny, like the dark humor about that. So yeah, I like that comparison. I find it funny.
There's a kind of bringing together of beauty and tragedy.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess the fact with these sort of like rich materials, I mean, those are kind of like something that I don't know, she might wear, or there's like there's something very hefty about it. Like she was, I guess, an important monarch, and then it's sort of the destruction of that, which is kind of like a whale, I guess. Whales are pretty important, huge animals.
One, two, three.
You made this painting during the Corona lockdown. Can you tell us about its beginnings?
Yeah, so my project so far have been kind of focused on the idea of a haven and how your perceptions of a haven can change in a haven in a relationship and your home is a haven, and being trapped in lockdown makes your perceptions of a haven change over time. And I was looking at Billingham for this with his, like, he uses lots of weird angles and kind of garish colours to create this like sense of unease.
That's the photographer, Richard Billingham.
Yeah, Richard Billingham.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be an opportunity to show how, I mean, this is an exaggeration, but I guess how like I was struggling in lockdown. And I thought, I picked a corner of my house with my poster and some shutters to kind of show how my perceptions of my house, what I refer to as my haven, has changed because of the lockdown. And obviously my relationship with my brother as well, we both look terrified and quite odd. But it was all kind of, I wanted to ground it in like a particular time. And I thought with the shutters and like a reminder of like light outside and life outside, the kind of like acidic yellow, it would be, I don't know, just a reminder that while we're trapped inside, things continue outside the house and outside the haven.
Did the painting go through many changes while you were making it?
Yeah, so I started off, unlike my previous final pieces, I hadn't planned it that much, and I took this canvas back and I knew I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do, and I kind of sketched me and my brother down, but other than that I didn't really have a plan for it. And there was a period of about 2 weeks where I just had to like leave it alone because I just found it so, I found it like way too consuming. I got like trapped in, because I painted everything green, I got trapped in that it was all green. But it developed over time, and it was like I painted it for the entirety of lockdown basically. So it's gone through lots of different stages and moments when I started to get a bit more experimental with like the kind of Alice Neal inspired lines and stuff. Yeah, it's gone through lots of different stages, I guess.
Hi,
Hi, tell me about these feet.
this is my interpretation of the Ohio Bigfoot Girl.
Who was the Ohio Bigfoot Girl?
The Ohio Bigfoot Girl was a lady in the 1800s named Fanny Mills, and she was born with Milroy's disease, which made her feet massive.
And how did you find out about her?
I saw her in an old newspaper article, and it had a really cool illustration of her body.
So what attracted you to making art about her?
I really liked the idea of her joining the freak show and finding some sort of comfort in a new community, which was out of the norm of society at the time, and kind of how she was rejected by society for no good reason.
And you made several sculptures based on her, or two anyway, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I made two.
And the first was more descriptive, I think it's fair to say. This is more kind of interactive, isn't it? Tell us how you used these big feet.
I used the feet by putting them on and sitting down in a video and smashing them with this hammer.
Why did you do that?
Because it was kind of her taking over my body and just going at it.
You think that she would have resented her disability?
Well, it's not necessarily the resentment of her disability. It's like the resentment of the perception of her disability.
Right, okay.
Maybe from her own.
And did you somehow take on her persona? Because in the video you are possessed by something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I took on the persona. But it's just a persona because I actually don't know anything about her. Because there's barely any information about her out there. So it's
Right.
not really her.
So it is mostly you then? The
I don't
person?
know. Maybe.
Did you not hurt yourself when you were bashing them with the hammer?
Yeah, one of them, it actually did go through a little bit in places. And I got some bruises. But it probably didn't hurt as much as she would have hurt walking around on those every day.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but if I did, I'd buy the big house where we're both good to live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no man who makes oceans in the Trevor show. tell everybody this is a song. It may be quite simple, but nothing's done. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. Wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked off the miles with you. All the verses, well, they got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind when I wrote this song. It's for people like you that they keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting but the things I do. You see, I forgot if they're green or they blue. Anyway, that is what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but nothing's done. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. Wonderful life is while you're in the world. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in words. Wonderful life is while you're in the world.
Chose the title of Harmony in Discord. I wanted to explore this theme within the context of what I believe are important and pressing global issues, social unrest and discord. I started by looking at the injustices in Hong Kong, particularly the pro-democracy riots. Then progressing the topic further, I focused on discord within the UK, as I felt it was also important to look at the closer issues affecting our society today. By researching various artists, including Oscar Murillo, Tracy Emin and Gavin Turk, I used discarded and found objects as a medium to illustrate the themes of homelessness and poverty. For my final piece, I created a coat made from sleeping bags and duvets, which when discarded looked like abandoned objects, but once worn became a strong social statement. The embroidered words on the back of the coat was inspired by the 1970s documentary on homelessness by Gavin Bryars, Jesus' Blood Never Failed Me Yet, were the paradoxical and haunting lyrics of a song sung by a homeless person on the streets of London.
Blood never found me yet, never found me yet. Jesus' blood never found me yet. This one thing I know, for he loved me so. Jesus' blood never found me.
I've got a maths GCSE, mate. I'm not silly. I love you. I hate you! I'm not even gonna lie, like, Philip Schofield is a legend.
A glass a day keeps the doctors away, they say.
I don't go to the gym, but like, I can lift 150. Scoring! Oh,
Hard to see one, but I was one, my lord. With the first such glance at ever... Pardon me.
like, obviously, like, scaffolding.
Can you imagine being beautiful? I can.
Cool, Katie Price, yes, she's well fit.
Dad! Come rub my feet!
What do I think of Tottenham? Shit! What do I think of shit? Tottenham, thank you! Don't really believe in those star signs. Like what, I'm a Capri Sun or something, I don't fucking get it.
I'm on this diet, you see, where I only am allowed to eat a morsel of cheese whenever I feel I'm just about to faint. It's just delicious.
And now I pride myself on being a scaffolder. I love the pub.
I'm not going. I'm not going. No, I refuse to. No. Okay, get down.
I'm not even gonna lie, like, I love dogs, like, I just think they're, like, well cute. No, he's going round, running round like a mug. He, honestly, I don't know who this new manager thinks he is. Trust me, I know.
My thoughts were like unbridled children. No, I'm bored. I don't want to read this anymore. Oh, what a sweet little teddy bear.
Off with its head! All of it.
Ow, 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 ow. You're not brushing a horse's mane. You're brushing my hair, you imbecile.
Like, I am a scaffolder. Did I mention I was a scaffolder?
That's it. I'm bored now.
The letter painting was the end result of a conceptual project I did where I I left 10 letters in a bookstore with a little note saying that this is an art project and I asked strangers to write secrets they've never told anyone in these letters and send them back to me. And the reason I picked letters, I guess, was because it was a big symbol in Anna Karenina, and the work following my interest in Anna Karenina and in the novel basically based this conceptual project where I left these letters. And the letter I got back, I only got one letter back, was what I based my painting on. The letter wrote that my secret is that I witnessed my best friend's boyfriend cheating on her. She is the person who likes to put her boyfriend before her friends and would often ditch/let down people to spend more time with him. We have had arguments about her behaviour, but she is insistent that she is not guilty, and we, her friends, are just jealous. Ever since she has had this cheating boyfriend, she become a poor friend. It was a few months ago that I witnessed her boyfriend engaging in intimate behaviour with another girl at a club. I'm the only one who saw this, and have not shared that secret with anyone. She recently confided to our friendship group that she has suspicions of his lying/cheating, but cannot prove it. I still have not said anything. I don't want to reveal this secret to her because A, I don't want to be the one to send her into despair, and B, more importantly, it is a strong lesson about the importance of integrity of our friendship. Had she been a genuine friend to us, I would have revealed a long time ago that he is making a fool of her. That is my secret. I hope this is helpful to your art project. Best wishes, Karma Cleopatra. This letter basically helped me base a large oil painting. And it was, it had influences of Edward Munch and how he includes trauma and life events and stories in his paintings, and they become quite illustrative. And I worked off of that, as well as the letter that I received. Then it gave me a narrative to paint.
I did not recognize the fire burning in her eyes, the chaos that control my mind. Whispered goodbye, she got on a plane, never to return again, but always in my heart. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart is breaking from me. I have no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. Whoa, 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 whoa. I try my best to feed her appetite, keep her coming every night, so hard to keep us satisfied. Oh, kept playing love like it was just a game, pretending to feel the same and turn around and leave again. But this love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart is breaking in front of me. I had no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye anymore. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll fix these broken things, repair your broken rings, and make sure everything is alright. My pressure on your hips, sinking my fingertips in the 8th inch of you, 'cause I know that's what you want me to do. This love has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart is breaking in front of me. I had no choice, 'cause I won't say goodbye. This life has taken its toll on me. She said goodbye too many times before, and her heart is breaking in front of me. She said goodbye too many times
Sometimes in our life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow.
But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on.
For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow for, no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show.
You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand.
We all need somebody to lean on.
I just might have a problem that you'll understand.
Check it out. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Best wishes from everyone at Fine Arts. Remain in good spirits until we can welcome you back into the courtyard. Bye for now.